0-1 now when you and me both came into this worst case scenario still thinking that you win this one pretty easily. So you start
Sure.
off 0-1, losing to Wyoming. There's still a lot of season in front of us, but where do you stand now? You had us 10-2, I had us 9-3. Are you you still think that's possible? Because a lot of the sentiment I've seen around this is, hey, Kansas State lost to Tulane to start their season last year, and they still went on to have the Big 12 championship.
Well, Tulane was a top 15 team last year, so that's a little different.
A little different.
I get what they're saying and what you're saying, but I think it's a big wake up call to every player, every coach. Like, hey, we can't just keep talking. We got to show up. This was a good slap in the face about that, and I think everybody in that facility knows it. The good thing is, you still have the entire Big 12 in front of you.
Yeah.
You're still 0-0 on that side. The other good thing is, Baylor looked like a bunch of idiots. TCU looked like a bunch of idiots. So did we. So You're not alone in this either. So, there's other teams that are down. Big 12's all in front of you still. I know we overreact on Saturday night, but that's just our fandom and passion coming out. As soon as Sunday hits, it's like, all right, on to Oregon. Let's go win that one and get to 1-1. We're still back to the boys in red and black. You know what?
We're in, right, Dustin? We're in. Like everybody on Twitter has to say, after anytime you lose a game, you got to prove you're a fan by saying we're in on Twitter.
Okay, I had a whole section on that. I hit a couple points there. One, it's because we care and we're just passionate fans, all right? We're backing them. McGuire also did say, if you watch the clip, hey, if you're in with us, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. We'll be critical. We'll tweet some shit out. We're not being disrespectful. We've gone over this every year we've had this podcast. Yeah. We're not being disrespectful. We're being very passionate, critical fans, and we just want better.
We want better. We want the best. And when your coaching staff has all the hype that it had this whole offseason,
right?
This is nothing that we made up ourselves. These are things that came from Joey McGuire, came from this coaching staff.
Zach Kitley, 50 burger, not 20 piece.
Steve Linton and Miles Cole. We don't need Tyree. We had Tyree, but we'll be better. Like when you're preaching this stuff all offseason and then game one comes and it's your first opportunity to prove all this stuff you've been talking about, and then you immediately have a performance where it's only 15 minutes of us and not 60, and the harder working team is the team on the other side, the team that broke you, the team that's quarterback saying that they made us fold. That's not a good look. And we have the right to criticize that. We were fed a lot of stuff and we drank the Kool-Aid. We drowned ourselves in that Kool-Aid. And so where I stand right now is I'm obviously in. I don't know why Tech fans always feel like anytime we lose in basketball or football, you got to prove that you're in. Like basketball, hey, retweet if you're with us. Football, everybody's like, we're in. It's like, man, we don't got to prove anything. We've been fans of this program for the last decade plus. We're still here. That's enough. Like that doesn't prove that we're loyal. Is that we went through Tuberville, Cliff, Wells. And we're still there. I don't need a tweet to prove that we're still here. We'll be there Saturday. We'll be in it, but I'm still skeptical now. I had to take a step back. Had to not drink the Kool-Aid anymore, and now I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous for the start. Like you can very realistically go 0-2 here, I wonder how the team responds to that. We don't have a lot of teams that start 0-2 and a lot to go up, and that ends with a fun season, so that's what scares me.
Well, and that's a good point too, because when we went over our team the last couple weeks, we liked a bunch of guys, but we even talked about it. We didn't have a stud. We don't have a Tyree. We don't have a Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree, that kind of guy. And I don't know who that guy is in the locker room either to right this ship that it needs. Like who's in the locker room making sure everybody's doing things the right way and not what we did last week. Like, hey, you got to do more. You got to do 5 more minutes. Like holding people accountable, because that's what we need as well.
Yeah. So, there's a great opportunity. This is,
damn right.
Like you said, maybe the smack to reality. and
Yeah.
all that talk that offseason, you got hit in the face real hard week 1, and you're like, all right, here we know what we got to do now, and maybe that sets the season right, and maybe we look back on this and be like, I can't believe we overreacted so much, or maybe something's off. Catch y'all at the next tailgate.